All right, welcome in everybody out there. Happy Friday night. Going to be a great one. We got a great show lined up for you as always. With us tonight, as we always have, our pretentious lady who travels all over, does all kinds of stuff, the Instagram star, Gutters Pub. How you doing tonight there, Gutters?
Doing awesome. I hope we're going to have an awesome night.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. We always do. With us, as always, as well, we've got the Mouth of Houston. How you doing tonight there, LW?
Good evening, everybody. I'm just sitting around just like a lot of you, waiting for the cold to come. Big toilet paper shortage of 2026 down here. So anybody in the chat who can mail me some, we'll talk after the show.
Definitely coming your way. I've already mailed you some. It might be used, but it's coming your way. With us tonight, we got our token mad scientist. How you doing there, Old Man Bills?
Doing great, man. Looking forward to a great show tonight.
Yeah. Me too, brother. Me too. Can't wait to get it kicked off. We got guests joining us tonight. We got Tombstones coming up here to tell us all about her channel. That should be quite intriguing. How you doing tonight there, Tombstones?
I'm doing good. Good evening, Booze.
All right, there you go. We got the booze. KJ may be joining us here in a little while. Hopefully, we will be seeing her as well. So a big shout out to everybody out there watching. Who we got coming in here? We already got Flatty coming in there in the chat. Good to see you, Flatty. We've got Matt Dummett. What's up, Matt Dummett? We got Karen from HR. We've got Dispatch Center. What is going on, Dispatch, brother? Hope you're having a great night. We got TK in there. What's up, TK? Good to see you. Let's see who else we've got. We got Robert in here. Robert. Good to see you, Robert. We've got Save the Future. Good to see you, Save the Future. Goose Sports, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Dozer in here. Big Dog Ma. We got Emmy, Birdie. If I missed your name, didn't mean to. We'll be saying hey to people all night long. So we'll get this thing started here in just a moment. Everybody sit back and get ready for the best show on all of Friday night.
Would you mind telling me whose brain I did put in?
And you won't be angry?
I will not be angry.
Abby someone.
Abby someone. Abby who?
Abby normal.
Abby normal.
Listening to the ASN Podcast Network.
All right, welcome in, everybody. Thanks a lot for being here tonight. We got, like I said, a great show lined up for you. This show's going out on all kinds of platforms. We're going out live on Old Man Builds YouTube. We're out on live Old Man Builds on X as well. We're out on Gutters Pub's channel. We're going live on LW's as well. And over here at Traveling Fools on X and YouTube. So big shout out to all you people watching. Thanks a lot for being here. Please make sure you have hit that thumbs up button. It does help the stream get out there to more lovely people just like you. So everybody, let's see, Old Man Builds, you're not worried about the snowpocalypse because you live in California and that does not matter to you. Gutters up there above you, not going to affect her either. LW, are you getting snowed in yet?
No, I don't think we're going to get the brunt of it. I think we're right on the edge down south here, so we might not be as bad as everybody else. So, I mean, good for me, but bad for other people. So, hope y'all are safe.
Yeah, I'm kind of just waiting on it. What about you, Tombstones? Are you going to get hit by this this crazy snowstorm? You're muted.
Hit for like the last... Oh, am I?
Yep, you're good now.
Oh. Seeing, I've been hit for the last, I don't know, month. So it hasn't stopped snowing and it's been cold.
So it just never changes where you are.
That are
just
about to get snow. It never changes here in the tundra.
Yeah, I think that's how.
I think it's more the ice, the freezing of power lines and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I
you're-
think a whole lot of people, are going to get hit hard. So, hopefully everybody's going to be okay. Keeps their power on, all that kind of jazz. So, before we really get started here, like I said, big shout out to all you people watching. I guess we can go on ahead, jump right into our weekly news segment. Let's see what we got here for you. All right, here we go. We got your Abbinormal news coming right at you. For all you snow trap degenerates and stir crazy shut-ins out there, brace your asses, because the truth with zero bias and humor so vicious it'll carve up your fragile sensibilities. So yeah, we are basically sharper than your dullest regret and 3 times as ruthless. So let's go on ahead and jump right in. So first off, we're going to lead off in politics. Politics does lead the charge because nothing's funnier than a bloated bureaucrat's dry humping world maps. We got President Trump, the citrus colossus, is manhandling Greenland like it's his side chick. Bad habit. Inking a framework deal for missile silos and polar supremacy. Fulfilling Reagan's feverish fantasy pro-Trump spin, it's a goddamn coup. Grabbing frozen gold for pennies while Europe pisses itself over NATO hysterics. Denmark's PM is leaking anxiety like a faulty diaper. New native sneer, Yankee bargain bin, take 2. Tariffs on €8 wimps, Trump teased them like foreplay, then pulled out. Relax, we're square. Pretty economic cock teasing at its pinnacle. Venezuela's steaming turd pile. Trump's colossal fleet steams towards Iran as Maduro whines not guilty in New York City court over narco and gun garbage. Pro-Trump lens, we're the bosses now, inverting the dictator playbook in term regimes, barfing up 30 to 50 million oil barrels like vassal offerings to the overlord. House spikes war powers muzzle. Trump squad dubs it negotiation with spiked gloves. Fed Chair Powell sidestepping DOJ probes like a slippery eel. Rate threats, bullshit smokescreen. White House axes 66 international clubs, cause screw 'em. Pro-Trump, swamp, drainage, global, remix, J6, bash, blanket pardons for chill demonstrators. Deep state sobs, cascading like bargain bin booze. All right, here's some extra crap for you. Trump scouting a meme overlord. Armed giggles on deck, democracy, nah, meme, tatership, and tribal tools. Let's see what else we got. Coming in here, global news. We got the world weirdness right in front of you. So lock in for some cosmic comedy roast, now supersized with extra idiocy. Down under, a kangaroo involved in a backyard grill fest, snatching links and wrecking setups like a pissed off marsupial Michelin inspector. Attendees fled. Rue hopped away triumphant. And in Italy, Italy's drone pizza dropped a botch, showering scorching slices on Vatican sightseers. Boy, I'd love to have seen something kind of funny. Divine intervention via marinara mayhem. Over in Japan, we got a new gadget gimmick coming out there. A robo companion that toots. Yep, toots. I said it. Aroma therapy for chill vibes because serenity demands faux flatulence. Brazil. Let's see, we got a monkey heist. So a simian snatches Taurus gadget, broadcast its arboreal antics live for eons. So yeah, basically a monkey grabbed somebody's camera and went on its own tour of the jungle, live streaming to the world. All right, in UK, a catapult, this is a great one here, a UK catapult king launches trash with homemade siege engine. Green Guardian or local lunatic. In Canada, we got a moose crashes nuptial kneel down morphing. I do into moose do. Viral gold. Planetary stupidity hitting good tier. More global gaffes. Let's see. In France, we got a cheese festival turned chaotic when a massive wheel of brie rolled downhill, bowling over judges like stinky pins. Organize it, call it unbelievable. Yes, I said it. Russia's latest viral hit, a bear wandered into a vodka distillery, got sloshed on spilled spirits, and danced on hind legs for hours. Wildlife party animal of the year so far. India, we got an elephant parade detour. Yeah, that one's kind of boring. Didn't really want to talk about it. So, but in Spain, a flamenco dancer's overzealous stomp cracked the stage, sending the troops tumbling. Rhythmic disaster at its finest. World, one big slapstick circus. So we got some funny arrests coming to you. Arrests that'll leave you gasping worse than a heart attack snow shoveler. So the Florida man reigns supreme as always. This schmuck attempts another Mickey D's payment with a wriggling alligator reptile currency. Denied Shackles approved Swamp Smarts or Fever Delusion. Fellow Floridian pirate garbed goon hijacked a vessel for booty quest. So yeah, this guy actually ended up getting arrested. For having a booty quest, running around dressed as a pirate. In Ohio, let's see, we got a man, he stormed in, 40-something, dodges the fuzz. This is it. So he stormed in and diving into a festival porta-john to running from the cops. So he ended up resurfaced, shit-smeared, booked for dodge and poetic justice. The Florida sequel, we did have a lady hurl pasta at her beau in an eatery melee. Al dente adios. Extra love right there. In Texas, Cheese Bandit, he pawned pilfered wheels digitally. Cheddar Scheme, curdled quick. Darwin's Greg's unite. So last but not least, I know everybody's worried about this weather report. All of you have been watching all the the different news channels and stuff like that, but we got the best one for you. So definitely weather alert, sweet frozen fuckery America. A juggernaut of a blizzard pummeling 200+ million from the Rockies to the Northeast, blanketing 5 to 15 inches, peaks even hitting up to 18 inches. Glassy hazards, gusts dropping, feels to like -50 in some places. Nation's half-ass flagged. Come the commute, doomsday grids collapsing. It's going to be Armageddon. Texas glaze to Boston, whiteouts, legendary lunacy till Monday. Government's howling crisis, bunker with bourbon and bundling, hunker down, dipshits, brass bellows, Mother Nature's frostbites flipping you off. So cackling chills or wine a while withering. So there you go. There's your kaboom, your 5-minute news summary of the week with a whack jobbery, doubled arresting, axing brain power, and snow savaging spirits. Unbiased, unleashed, and unforgivably brutal. There we go. There's your Abbinormal news of the week. All right, I'm going to take a breath now.
That was packed for sure.
All right, so Gutter's Pub, what do you got for us this week? I know you got to have some kind of fun story for us.
Yes. So in Gutter's edition of the news, where the headlines are as wild as your uncle's conspiracy theories, first up, Walmart's hamming it up with overcharges. Just picture this. A savvy shopper grabs a ham labeled for 5 pounds, 5 3/4 pounds at Walmart. But when he weighs it at the store scale, bam, it only weighs 2.5 pounds. That's not shrinkage, folks. That's scammage. Where Walmart's already forked over $45 million in lawsuits for inflating weights on meats and produce. Moral of the story? Always scale your deals, or you'll get porked on the price. And then in one more thing, a dead funny news. A hearse rolled through a McDonald's drive-thru in Australia, coffin in tow, ordering what we assume was a gravy Big Mac. Turns out it's a heartwarming tradition, fulfilling the deceased's last wish for one final fry run. Who knew the afterlife starts with a Happy Meal? More common than you think. Next time you see a hearse at Taco Bell, it's probably just burritoing the dead. That's your Weird World Roundup. Stay strange, folks.
I like it. You did miss a good Happy Meal, happy ending joke in there somewhere, but definitely,
right?
Definitely. Good job there, Gutters. All right, LW, what do you got coming from us in the world of what happened this week?
Well, January 23rd is not a real big day here, but a few things here and a couple stories. 1935, canned beer was first sold. Oddly enough, the same day that "Oh Hell Yeah" was ever the phrase "Oh Hell Yeah" was ever said. So we've got that, and we've got "Oh Hell Yeah" canned beer.
That had to have come from Toby Keith.
We've also got the great Neil Diamond was born. Now, if I had a nickel for every time I sang that with a lady at a bar and woke up the next day with regret, I'd probably have about $1.35. So the great
And
Neil
some tuck-it
Diamond.
underwear in your bed.
And in 1986 on this day, the first ever Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, Chuck Berry, James Brown, Elvis Presley, and Jerry Lee Lewis were inducted. Now, I saw this on a Jeopardy question. What is famous rock stars who had girlfriends under the age of 15 for 400, Alex?
Oh, no.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah.
And in health news this week, RFK Jr. announced that a healthy breakfast is 1 ounce of Special K cereal, 4 ounces of milk. But when asked by reporters, what about 5 ounces? RFK Jr. replies, deadly poison.
I like that guy. I like that guy. I have a little trouble understanding him sometimes, but I do like him.
And the last one. Disney announces a new complex in New York with different attractions. Now, this has drawn some criticism from around the country as one of the new attractions that starts breaking ground in the summer called Crack Whores of the Caribbean.
Ooh,
Coming this summer to New York City.
party time.
Now, is this in Disneyland in California or Disney World in Florida? Because I'm really confused on that one.
Oh, it might have cut out. I said New York.
Oh, okay. There we go. All right. I like it. All right, that's the last one for us. All right, Old Man Builds. So before we get on to our lovely guest, so what do you got coming up for us, old man? I know you had some things you wanted to talk about next week. I know you're going to be putting on some displays. What you got for us, brother?
Next week, man, we're just going to light up the lab. I'm going to do a Fry and Find Out lab. That usually means high voltage, 60, 70,000 volts, no problem. We're going to fly it in the air. Then I'm going to put my hands directly in the water with it. We're gonna have some fun, man. We're going to freak some people out. I'm going to show you how burritos turn on Tesla coils just for fun, okay? It's going to be a wild night. It's going to be a good one.
Wait, what are you going to do to Tesla testicles with a
I gotta write
burrito?
that one
What?
down.
Well, you can't have one without the other. I mean,
Did those come from Taco Bell?
no. Taco Bell gives you the shits. That comes out this other side.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to next week's show. I can't wait to see you guys light the world on fire. It's going to be fascinating. Can't wait to see it. Real quick, once again, thanks everybody for tuning in. We got a bunch of people strolling in here. Whether you're watching over on X or you're watching over here on YouTube on multiple platforms we're coming from, we appreciate you being here. So we got Callie Lisa coming in here. Big Barney Ross coming in here as well. Good to see you, Big Barney Ross. Let's see, we got Chili Peen in there. Good to see you, Chili Peen. Big Dog Ma in there. Let's see who else. SO, what is up, SO? Good to see you, brother. Joey Foster in there. What's up, Joey? Good to see you. Let's see, Ann Howcroft in here. Good to see you, Ann. Let's see, all you wonderful people really like having you in here. We got Eighth Center in here. What is up, Eighth Center? Good to see you as well. So on to our lovely guest. How you doing tonight there, Tombstones?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Doing wonderful over here. So let's see. Let's just go ahead and let you tell everybody about who you are, what you do, all that fun kind of jazz.
Well, I have a channel over here on YouTube, and I talk about ghosts, and I talk about history, and I like to hang out in cemeteries, but not like in a creepy way. And I'm combining all those together. I'm a pretty normal person, even though I do hang out in the cemeteries, but I'm a genealogist, I'm a vet tech, so I do have a normal job when I'm not telling ghost stories. And I'm a mom. So that's basically me.
So when did you start your channel?
Let's see. I started back in June, and it's slowly been building. I just started out just telling ghost stories. Like, that's all I wanted to do. Like, we come on Sunday nights for like an hour or two and just read some ghost stories, tell some personal ghost stories. And then I just decided, I wanted to talk a little true crime. And then I was like, no, I don't want to do true crime because it's a little dramatic in that community. So I wanted to get away from that. And I was doing some shorts already with my cemetery explorations. So I just decided I want to include that somehow. And I've always doing genealogy. I always get really interested when I go to the cemeteries and I clean headstones and just do kind of general pickup when I go there. And I see these names and I always wonder, well, who were these people? What were their lives like? And then I get into their histories and I go down these rabbit holes and I don't even know why really I do it because it really is just for me. And then I thought, well, I don't want to make it just for me anymore. I think I want to share those stories and get them out there and maybe other people will be interested in them too. So, and that's where I'm starting to build. So that's where I'm going now instead of just telling ghost stories all the time.
No, and that's super cool. And you got a really good crowd of people over there. Everybody's super nice. Everybody's friendly, welcoming in your chat. So that's always nice to see. Yeah, I think you and Gutters, I think you all might be grave sisters because I know Gutters goes out there and does a lot of the, cleaning graves as well. I think you all have talked about that before. But that's super cool. I mean, I think you look at a lot of times, you'll go to some of these graveyards and it's really, it's saddening to look at, things so run down, things so horrible, and you think, people could be easily forgotten or something, and at least somebody's looking down going, oh my God, look at that. Somebody just, washed my stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's and considering recent events, I don't know if anyone's heard about, what's going on in Pennsylvania with I like to just call him an unsavory character so that I don't use profanity because I do like to think that my grandmother's watching my streams and she thinks I'm a lady. So I try not to use a whole lot of bad words just for her. And there's actual grave robbing going on. So
Lord.
I think the more that we get out and spend some time in cemeteries and maybe get them cleaned up and treat them more like a park situation. Just walk around them. They're great places to just go walk, go biking, things of that nature. And then these people, they're not going to be able to sneak around and do things behind trees and shrubs and overgrown weeds. So I think it'll protect them a little bit. But this he was up to some pretty nasty stuff. So, and those are the people I just don't have any patience for.
Now, what is the point of their grave robbing? What are they trying to gain from this?
I sort of thought that it was illegal to sell human bones, but apparently not all states is that illegal. So yeah, it's really odd because I started to talk about I just wanted to do some historical history, and I love Scotland because I have a lot of Scottish in me, red hair and all, and I'm see-through, so I have a lot of Scot in me. So I picked some Scottish stories, and I talked about Burke and Hare, and there were these two gentlemen that decided that instead of robbing graves, they were just going to skip that part and murder people. And then they were going to take them and sell the corpses to the medical college in Edinburgh. And they were making a pretty good amount of money, comparative to today's money. It comes out about, I think we figured out $1,500 a body. So
now this begs the question. You can just walk up to a college with human bones and be like, hey, you want to buy them?
They were just bringing the whole bodies.
Gosh.
At the time, this is 1824. So this was a long time ago.
Oh.
And medical colleges.
Today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Should I have said that?
I thought you were talking about it was last Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
This is
starting to
last
get
week.
nervous. I don't know if I should go to sleep or
Well,
not.
How do you
$1,500 and
the
seemed worth it.
cadavers?
I know we already had a business model written out.
Well, hold on, because apparently it is a market. Because this guy now he was caught robbing these mausoleums just right outside Philadelphia, and they raided his house, went into his basement, and he had a couple corpses in his
Oh.
basement, and then they went to his storage unit, and there were 5. And I've seen some, like, as a vet tech, I've seen some nasty stuff that, ugh. But this I couldn't, it was disgusting. It was just awful. And apparently people collect decomposed bodies, and
Was he charging?
Lord.
Was he charging people to come in there and do things with him?
No, he was selling them on Facebook Marketplace in a Facebook
Oh,
group and on Instagram. So I've been kicked off. I've been put in Facebook jail before for political statements. Yet
Fun.
these people have a Facebook group to sell bones, human bones, and skulls, and apparently full on human remains. It's pretty
I
disgusting.
heard a story that the gravedigger guy would, after the families left and everything in the service, they take everything for him, leave him butt naked, and leave him in the in the box, and send them down, and then sell all their clothes and all their jewelry and everything.
Like, there's a 3-part documentary right now on HBO that I just watched, and I'm going to talk about on my channel here very shortly. And it's a gentleman. We want to call him. Let's just call him. I'm just going to start calling them all unsavory characters. But this was back in the 80s, and he was supposed to be well, he was cremating these people, but before he did so, he took all their jewelry, their clothing, anything that he could sell, and he was selling everything. He would remove teeth that had gold in them, all of this, which was highly, he's not supposed to do that.
Was he?
But the worst thing,
I heard there was
he
a
was-
problem sometimes where they would, like sell people one coffin and then not really, like swap it out and then reuse them and stuff like that, and put them in a cheaper one and dump people in there and stuff. I always thought that was pretty shady business there.
There's
but-
shady stuff that has gone on in the funeral business.
Well,
It's yeah.
I remember when I've buried loved ones, one of the things that we've always seemed to go to the same mortician, and he's like, try not to bury them with their valuables, because when you do that, you risk somebody deciding they're going to, he said, I don't think it's going to happen here right away, but you never know. If you don't want your loved one dug up or whatever, it's just one less reason you got to worry about it. If you don't want to worry about mom's wedding ring or whatever, don't bury her with it.
Yeah.
So,
Keep that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why people would put that in there anyway. I mean, we're far past of the times of Egypt where we think that they're going to have to carry this stuff into the afterlife or
Right.
anything. I don't know why people would bury somebody with that stuff anyway. I can see putting some personal things in there, something like that, but not diamond rings or emeralds or anything.
Well, we should be far past the point where we're digging people up to take
Well, that too.
things. So we
Oh.
shouldn't be I mean, that's kind of, I'm sorry. I think you can go steal things from other places that doesn't require you to. I mean, it is a little harder now if you wanted to dig somebody up. I mean, they have made it a little bit harder with vaults and
yeah,
of
those
that
vaults are extremely heavy. I mean, you got to take something out there to lift those things up, and I mean, it's just not that easy. So
yeah, I've seen them put them in the ground, and I've seen them put the big lids on there, and those things are
yep.
I don't know how they would be able to do it. And this guy that was in Pennsylvania that was breaking into it was all these old vaults, and he was was getting in there, pushing them back, and he was jacking them up and putting bricks under
Yeah.
there and cinder blocks. So yeah, and he just like scooped down there, and I'm just like, oh, I'm afraid to look in mausoleums. Like I go to cemeteries all the time. One time I peeked into a mausoleum and I saw a coffin that had shifted and fallen out of one of the little cubicle things. And after that, I was like, I am never looking at another one of those again because the look on that thing's face, I was just like, oh, nope, 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 not going to do that again. And here's this guy just in there, like, I'm just imagining him like driving around town with one sitting in the passenger seat with him. Or it's, yeah.
You were
Blows my mind.
speaking of that one guy that they found him, and he had a bunch of bodies and stuff like that in his basement. I mean, were they like, were they real old, or I mean, how fresh was this?
At various stages. They caught, I don't know if they caught him with a couple relatively fresh, young bodies.
Oh,
I don't
that's
wanna-
disgusting.
But a lot of them looked like they were pretty old. And the thing is, like, with a lot of these, like back in the days, like in the 1860s, like this cemetery was founded in 1855. So when they were embalming people, which started at about 1860, right at the beginning of the Civil War, so they were using things like arsenic and mercury to embalm people. And this guy's in there taking these remains out, and that's going to be on them. So I hope he, I don't know. I don't like to wish bad on people, but
Some
yeah,
people,
that's
some
something
people
you
you're
wouldn't wanna
allowed to
mess
wish
with.
bad on.
Yeah, I think he's one of the people that I hope he gets haunted. If I know there's ghosts, but I hope they're coming for him because that's next level. And to sell these remains, and the people that are buying them are like excited that they have a new one for their collection. And I'm just like, these aren't like Matchbox cars or like Beanie Babies. These are somebody's family members. And now they have this huge task that they're going to somehow have to identify where all these parts go back to.
Mhm.
And if they can't, I mean, it's how do they rest in peace? How do you know that they're
I mean, yeah, it seems
if they
like
ever
being a
even did
bone,
something?
like being a bone collector is almost as creepy as, collecting Cabbage Patch dolls or something like that. I mean, it's
I
like
don't
the
collect
one level
dolls
below.
either. Mm.
We got Joey Foster coming in here, $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Joey. Joey says, did you know you can rent a casket when you die? You can even purchase a refurbished casket. Morbid crap.
Wow.
That's,
It's got like new cabinets in it or what? I mean, refurbished. Is it a new kitchen or? I mean,
Right. That's insane. Well, yeah. I'm glad we got that knowledge, Joey. Appreciate you, Joey. Love you, brother. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat there. That's I never knew that. No. Did you know that, Tombstones?
Yeah, I did know that.
Oh, wow.
You can buy caskets at Costco too
Really?
for relatively cheap. Yeah.
I wonder if they sell them at those places like the rent to own, no money down, no credit check,
I've never seen one at Aaron's.
right? Circuit World,
That's our local
Aaron's.
rent to own.
Oh, smells like a fat man and bacon. That's terrible.
What are you saying? They gave
Like,
him my couch?
what if you don't make your payments? Do they like just come roll you out and
Right, that big truck
Wow,
pulls up with the
yeah.
rollback, a couple guys get out, load you up.
repossess your car?
this reminds me of one time my mom's dog had passed away. They had to put him down, and the vet was kind of a jerk to her through the whole thing, and so they sent her a bill after the dog had been put down like a month later, and my mom wrote deceased on it and sent it back to the vet. She never heard back from him again.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Thank you there, Mr. Producer, from our wonderful Mr. Producer there. Appreciate all your help. He's bringing up, where is this affordable funeral supply? Look at this. Yeah,
You can get gravestones too off of on Amazon and yeah.
So Temu hasn't gotten to the market yet.
Oh, I bet it is.
Oh, I'm
How many
sure
Black,
they do.
Black Friday sales. I mean, weird.
You're stopping on Black Friday, going over there. Oh my God. Yeah, that's insane that they just rent them. Hey, what's up, Yanni? Good to see you, buddy.
Temu is probably a cardboard box, and they just have little kids color on the outside of it, and then they send it to you. It's like, here you go.
You get Nate's computer.
Right.
Oh.
You get the-
You get it in the mail, and it's an Amazon box. Like,
right.
Oh,
You
my
get the
gosh.
silk, the stuff that goes inside it, the silk and the pillow, and you know, that's about it.
Yeah. You'd be glad to get his computer, not his other thing. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Oh my God, that's too funny. Now you're planning a big trip, Tombstones. I heard you talking about it. You're planning a big trip with some of your I guess subscribers and stuff like that to what, New Orleans coming up soon, right?
oh, not with my subscribers, just with my bestie. We're going down
okay.
to New Orleans right after Mardi Gras because I don't trust myself at Mardi Gras, so I'm gonna go right after.
Oh, extra beads.
You're afraid you're going to come back with too many beads.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of what hurricanes do to me. So yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh.
I don't need to do that. Yeah. So
Not the windy
but I
kind of
wanna be-
hurricanes.
Ooh, yeah.
No,
I
those
get into
hurricanes-
Pat O'Brien's and I can't get off that bar stool until I fall off of it. So yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, those hurricanes, they can really they punch a good whopping to you. You get they go down so smooth. You get them in those weird what do they call the cups? That is it a flute or
Yeah,
a,
those big, huge things. Yeah.
yeah?
I don't know what those things are called.
So do you think that the hurricanes are less powerful when it's not Mardi Gras? Is that what you're saying? Or there's just less people
no.
to
Less people to buy you them.
oh, I got you.
Yeah. So I figure it'll be a whole lot less people there because Lent will have started, so there probably won't be as many people boozing it up. So it should.
For
be
me, it
relative-
would be the fact that nobody's throwing me beads. So, I mean, I ain't getting beads. Well, I ain't doing it. Hell with it.
I have
No,
never
there's
done
a-
that. I've
There's
never
an age
done that.
limit.
There's an age
No, there's
limit.
not.
You know
There's
what?
not.
I'm 39. Just hush your mug.
I've seen things. I always went during St. Patrick's Day, which is like a mini Mardi Gras, and yeah, there's no age limit. I've seen things there, but I can't unsee. It's
Yeah, I can vouch for that too. I was there at Christmas a few years back, and yeah, there was definitely not an age limit or a gravity limit either.
I was going to say, they're not supposed to hang out of the bottom of your skirt? What's wrong?
You could hide some rolling pins for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely a fun town though. So when are you doing right after Mardi Gras? But that'll be fun. I mean, it's always a fun time there. I mean, you get a cool place to stay. I mean, obviously, don't tell people where you're staying. Well, I'm going to be there a couple days.
Oh,
after
no, I
that,
won't.
You know, I'm staying at this hotel. But I mean, you found a place
I'll
pretty
be here
close,
from the state to the state.
right?
Well, yeah, I'm staying. Well, we'll be staying right down in the French Quarter, which is the same place that I always usually stay when I go there. And it's because I know it, so I can plan everything around it. But I'm essentially just going for the cemeteries, which they're beautiful in New Orleans. I mean,
Yeah,
they're just
they've got a whole thing there in New Orleans. Yeah,
Yeah, that would be
it's-
awesome.
they're
very unique
just
stuff down there.
breathtaking. So yeah,
I wouldn't go at night.
and
but-
we're going at night.
No.
Yes.
You can come back to the room, tell me all about it.
Well, my bestie's going too because I didn't even have to talk her into it. And then we're also so there's St. Louis Cemetery number 1, and that you cannot get into that without being with a tour group because it's off limits. Just because there's been vandalism, and that's where I don't know if anybody's heard of Marie Laveau, but she's the voodoo queen of New Orleans, and that's where her tomb is. and
For
people
sure
would
there's
go
a
in there
song.
and yeah, and people would go in there and they put the X's on her tomb, and they would vandalize it. And so it's been locked up, and it's pretty much all filled up. But Nick Cage has a tomb there, but
Of
it's for
course he
sale.
does. Of course he does.
I knew that
sale.
was coming out of LW's
for it.
mouth.
Yeah, you've seen that, haven't you? It's epic.
Yeah.
It's probably the coolest tomb ever. LW says, of course. Have you ever seen that,
pyramid.
LW?
Yeah,
Maybe Mr.
I've
Producer
seen it
can
on one of
bring
these
that up.
shows, but yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's got the coolest one. And didn't he used to own that one mansion right there on the town, like right there on
Yeah.
Bourbon
I've
Street,
been
right?
talking about that. Yeah. Well, it's off Royal Street, but yeah, it's still in the French Quarter. It's like right there.
Yeah, see, there in that picture, there is Nicolas Cage's tomb, the pyramid, right over there to the left. If you look at the
Yep,
left bottom
there it
of
is.
this picture, there is Nicolas Cage's pyramid tomb right there. What an
Or
awesome
whoever
guy!
bought it.
Place.
I wonder,
he
did you
let
see what the
national
going
treasure go to his head?
right? What was the going price tag on that? I wonder.
I don't have any money, so I didn't ask how much it was because I figured I probably didn't have enough for it anyway. But yeah, but so we did a tour of it. The last time I went, we did a day tour, and then now we're gonna do the night tour when we go. So
So
I'm
it's a
excited.
tour. It's not like you two ladies are just going to go truck
Oh,
on
I'm
down
not.
there by yourself.
Oh God, no. Well, I mean, we've done other weird stuff.
I know, but not in New
before, but
Orleans.
I usually will. One place I will not go to cemeteries at night. If there's a rule, like if they say closed at 10 o'clock, I am not going to break rules at cemeteries
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
have a lot of respect for cemeteries
Yep,
and
me too.
people at rest there.
Yep.
But if they do
Well, I
offer a
know
tour, I'm going to
New
go.
Orleans, New Orleans is like any of those cities. I mean, I wouldn't go many places. You can make a wrong left turn out of nowhere and end up in a different world.
Or
You know,
a
like you're like,
casket.
holy shit! It's like walking through any, Atlanta, Georgia, or any big city. You can be walking down and you're like, oh, this is great, this is great. And then you get a little bit lost and you're like, oh shit! Roll them up, and you realize you're not in a car, you're walking, and yeah, you're kind of It can get
Like
bad.
Chinatown in San Francisco.
Yeah, right.
Do not get
So-
off the main. Do not get off the main railroad. Scary.
Like these types of graves, we hardly have any of these in Oregon. I mean, they just don't have hardly any like that. They're all, low to the ground and small. None of them are unique and ornate like that. Just and not nearly that size. I mean, geez, you could almost live in
beautiful.
those things.
Yeah.
Well, not for
Right.
long, because within about a year, your only thing that's left of you are essentially big bones, like your femur, probably like maybe your skull, your teeth. Tell me if I'm getting too graphic, because none
No,
of
we
the
don't
I
care.
talk about this stuff all the time, so. Sometimes I forget. I talk about this stuff at Christmas dinner, and my grandma has to remind me, like, stop. So, but yeah, within a year, these are like little ovens, these above ground crypts. So they're like their own little crematoriums. So, and at the end of that year, so a year and 1 day, they'll come along and they scoop everything up out of there, all the ashes and whatever bones. They put them in a little bag, like a burlap sack, and then they put you down in the part below. And then your remains are down there with, if it's a family crypt, or some organizations like firefighters or police officers, they have a big, huge crypt. And then you just go down below with all whoever else is there. So, so it's, I mean, it's kind of, I always say it's romantic.
So you're saying that they deteriorate faster in those?
Yes,
Oh,
very fast. I mean, because it's so hot down there, hot and humid. And
Uh-huh.
I mean, those are little brick ovens. So essentially you're just,
they just cremate
So
you
they're
at a
cooking.
slower pace.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
Nathan.
cooked.
Yeah, like a pizza.
Yeah, it's like
Brick
going
oven pizza.
into a crematorium.
Hey,
Yeah.
might as well they drop you
It
down
takes
like a
a little
pile
bit
of poo with
longer.
the rest of the people.
Right.
That's just terrible.
They're very respectful about it. They rush you into a burlap sack and
We're all going where it's warm pretty soon anyway, so it's all right. We might as well get used to it.
Yeah.
There ain't no respect after your balls are burning. You're done with that. you traded in your old sack for a new one.
Something tells me that Nathan feels the same way about swimming. Like once those hit, he's done. He's like, I'm out. I'm good.
Well, that is that step,
Yes.
That one step where you're like, oh, well, it's up to my knees. It's up to my knees. Oh, going up my leg a little bit. Oh, my God, I got to make that one more step. Hey, big shout out. We got KJ coming in here.
KJ.
How you doing tonight, KJ?
Hey,
You
guys.
made it.
Yeah, I've actually been listening. I was waiting for little man to fall asleep, and he did. But by the way, I have a Cabbage Patch collection. So just saying.
Oh no.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't. But I do love them though. But it's really interesting. I was interested in what you were talking about. And Gigi, I think that's really cool. You go in the graves and clean up stuff. That's really neat. I love that.
Yeah, they both do.
Yeah, that's great, guys. Like, that's super cool. I've always wondered, like, who does that? Because I'm sure
not
there's so
nearly
many.
enough. Trust
Right.
me.
Yeah. But I'm excited to listen to more.
Yeah.
Right. Big shout out here.
Better
Coming
probably
in.
knows you got to do it the right way, too. There's like
That's
a right
the
way and
other
a wrong
thing.
way to do it.
Don't
Yeah.
go out there with bleach and a brush. Please don't.
Oh,
Don't let bleach near a
Chisel.
tombstone. Just saying, I don't care what kind it is.
Let me clean this up.
Yeah, no Ajax, no Windex. I could go on, but I won't.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sure they make certain stuff. Big
They
shout
do.
out there, Johnny Utah coming in here. $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Johnny. Appreciate you, brother. He says a funeral home in South Carolina cut 6 inches off a man's leg to make room for a cheaper coffin. There are a few things more despicable than disrespecting the dead, let alone for profit. Yeah, that's insane. They actually, what was this like?
Yeah, which leg was it?
Those people also use the refurbished casket.
Right,
Wow.
right, the refurbished casket. Yeah, that's crazy. That's craziness. Thanks a lot, Johnny. Much appreciated, my friend. You rock, Johnny Utah. That's insane. They cut off his legs
Well,
just to fit him in a
I have
coffin.
to say that if you knew how much those cost, and if you had to buy like a bigger one, I mean, I know what the one for short people cost or the original size. If you have to buy one that's extra length, I'm
For
telling you,
6'7",
it's
6'10".
yeah, that it's going to be way more money. Way
Imagine
more.
like Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, good Lord,
Yeah,
he's going to have
yeah.
like an arc.
Right? Right? What'd you do? I just bought him a boat.
Wouldn't you be used to it?
oh, rowboat.
We stuck him in a canoe. It was cheaper.
Just nailed boards on the top. There you go.
Right. Send him down a river.
But I think Shaq could afford. He could afford the big.
Well,
Right.
that's
a
true.
huge. Yeah,
Oh, he's probably gonna put his butt in a mausoleum or something.
few bucks. Yeah.
Yeah, sitting
Yeah,
on a
don't touch my
throne.
leg.
Hey, what's up, Dave Brown? Good to see you, brother. 6'6". Do
That's
not
funny.
touch my leg. Good to see you, Dave Brown. So KJ, you're young and feeling okay. I'm glad you were able to make it up here.
Yeah,
even
there's
though,
been. I mean, he was feeling bad, and then but there's been 2 kids that his friends that were out all week, and I'm like, oh, and he was like sneezing on me, and while we were watching the new SpongeBob tonight, I rented it because I was like, you better watch it. I'm paying $20, But yeah, poor thing. Aw. So it'll be
$20
interesting
for
in this.
SpongeBob?
Well, it's new. It's in the movies right now.
Gee.
So $20 is cheaper than going to the movies and spending $60. So, But anyway, yeah, we'll see. And it sucks because we, here in the South, we're about to have the storm of the century.
Every time my grandson he sneezes, he'll say, "Nana, honey," because
Aw.
when he sneezed, one of us would always go, "Oh, let's go take a bite of honey." And so now, as soon as he sneezes, he's like, "Honey, I need honey."
Oh, that's smart. That's
Yeah,
good. Gosh, I should have done
Oh,
that.
that's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. You're teaching them right.
All right, so
Yeah.
Tombstones. So do you have any? Have you had any of your own personal like scary experiences doing any of this? I know we've kind of talked about this when you were on here before, but since you're officially on here right now, we got to document this stuff. What kind of serious ghostly experiences have you had?
Well, I don't want to frighten people off from cemeteries, but I have had a lot of experiences at cemeteries. Even my local one, the one that I go to all the time, that's where I do all my walking, and I managed to lose 20 pounds by walking every day there this summer. So pretty proud of myself for that. And I think
Nice.
everybody there, like I'd go past the graves and I said hi to everybody every day. Like I kept walking a different route. So, but yeah. So
Good job.
there's this one area of the cemetery. I've been going to this, like I said, my great great grandparents are buried there. So we're going back several generations, and aunts, uncles, my grandmother's aunts and uncle, like they're all out there. You probably could throw a rock and hit one of them. They're just everywhere out there. So I'm familiar with the place. I know everybody, so I go out there pretty often, and I don't ever feel afraid or it's right next to a police station, our police station fire department. So like I know I'm safe, like in that respect. But so one time I was out there and I was up on, there's this little hill. Well, not really a little hill, it's a pretty good sized hill. And these are where there's a couple of the oldest graves are up there. And this happens to be like probably one of the first pioneers to the town. And he had 3 wives. So he managed to put 3 of them away before he passed away himself. So I went up there one time and I made a joke that I'm like, so poor ladies, none of them got to outlive him. And I felt something like tap my shoulder. And I was like, oh crap, I'm up here talking to myself, right? Like, because I said it out loud. And I turned fully expecting there to be somebody standing there behind me. And I turn around and there's nobody there. And I'm like, I look up because I'm like, well, maybe because there's a big, huge oak tree. So I'm like, well, maybe something fell out of it. But I mean, it really did feel like somebody, like 3 times it like tapped me on my shoulder. Like somebody was trying to get my attention. And I was just like, okay, that was weird. And I was taking photos because I do find a grave, and I was taking photos of these headstones. And the next thing I know, I get the tap again, but it's a little bit more force to it. And I'm kind of like, all right, that was what I thought it was. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm done here today. And
My walk is over.
I took myself down the hill. Like I don't get freaked out. I grew up in a haunted house. So nothing really freaks me out that badly. I mean, if like a demon jumped out of somewhere, I'd probably run and scream. But otherwise, yeah, I'm just
So
gonna
tell
be
us
calm
about this
everything's
haunted
okay.
house. Growing up in a haunted house.
Well, I gotta finish my ghost guy, though.
Okay.
So I had gone up to, there used to be a little office building. They've moved it since then, but I went in there and I was asking the sexton. I was like, I need to find these graves so I can take photos of them. And she's like, oh yeah, she's looking in the books for them. And I said, so anything weird ever happened up there on the hill by those graves? And she's like, did he touch you? And I'm like, who? And she's like, oh, he did, didn't he? And I'm like, something tapped me on my shoulder. And she's like, well, just be happy that's all he did, because he gets real frisky. And I was like, oh.
Now, is this the landscaper or the no, I'm just kidding.
She's the sexton, and she sends the men up there because she's like, I will not go up there anymore, because she's like, every time I would go up there, she said she would get her hair like somebody was brushing her
touching.
hair like from the
Ooh.
back.
Now, was this
None of
like
the
where
men
Bill
would.
Cosby was buried, or?
Well, he buried 3 wives, so. And we always joke like he was a ladies' man. So, but she told me that it's just
O.J.
like,
Simpson.
didn't he? And I was like,
Oh,
and I, yeah, she said one time she was up there mowing the lawn and she ran out of gas, and she's like, so I got off and like I can't remember what she was doing something before she walked down to go back down to the office to get the gas can, and she said like he like tugged her hair and she thought she caught it on something, and she like turned around and yeah, there was nobody there. She's like, yep. She says women will come in here and ask that question all the time. Like, has anybody ever been touched up there? But yeah, the men who cut the grass and stuff, nothing, never have an experience. And I've actually set my trail cam that I have. I went out and bought one, and I've set it up on that hill a couple times, hoping I could kind of want to catch him in the act. I don't know what I think I'm going to catch, but once it warms up again, I'm going to put the camera back out there. But the only thing I've caught so far is just some deer, so, and a couple of raccoons, a phantom raccoon, because he looked really suspicious when he was on camera. He was up to
So
something.
I have a question. So you were saying like you were going to set a trail cam up. I mean, can you do that in a? You can do that
I
in
don't
a
know.
graveyard. Oh, okay. Oh, so,
don't
so
know if I
you
was
can.
supposed to.
She
So-
can tell she says she can't.
Right. You,
I can't
okay.
I get caught.
who's gonna know?
Right. I got you.
Nobody ever goes up there. But it was
Well,
really
here's
great,
the
'cause
one
time
thing
I
about
was
this is the one thing I liked dealing with graves was because nobody really complained. I mean, they're all dead. And they don't.
Yeah. Like
Nobody said you did a really
so-
shitty job.
So you half-assed it.
They just yeah,
Never.
just go, oh, look at that, it's all clean. And I'm like, yeah, I did that, but yeah. It's a thankless job, but
Yeah.
I like it. Like I just
Oh,
sit there and look at my pictures afterwards,
Yep.
and I'm like, oh my
Extremely rewarding.
God, I'm so proud of myself. Yeah.
So what do you guys
but
do?
yeah,
Can I ask that? I know we want to talk about the haunted house, but what do you guys do exactly?
After the stream,
Oh.
I could actually show you a video.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have some this spring. I have like photos, before and after photos, but
Nice. That's cool.
I haven't done any videos yet, but I will be this spring. So, well, I think I do have some videos. Probably have some somewhere.
Esso
my
has a
mom and I,
question.
but
Esso has a question here for you. He says Tombstones mentioned genealogy. Do you ever do headstone rubbings?
no,
Okay.
do not do rubbings.
Now, is there a
I
reason
don't
for that?
recommend it. Headstones are, some of them are, especially the old ones, they're fragile depending on what material they're made out of. There are some that, I mean, just even touching them to clean them gives, like, I don't even want to touch them to clean them. And that's where a product called D2 comes in. Like, you could just spray it. And you don't have to touch it. You just spray it on there and leave it and let nature take its, it'll do the work for you, so you don't have to touch it. But I don't recommend putting chalk, right? Because some people will take chalk and they'll so they can read what it says. Because after a while, you just can't see it very well anymore. And then people will do the rubbings, but that's not good for the stone. So I would just take a picture and try your best, like maybe sharpen the image a little bit and see what you can do, like in Photoshop or something, to make the image a little crisper. But I wouldn't do rubbings. And a lot of cemeteries, they won't let you anymore. Most places will have rules against that, especially the old ones. Like if you go to any place like with the colonial, like New England, if you walked into like a Massachusetts cemetery, like where they have the really, really old
Yeah, our pioneer
headstones,
cemeteries,
you would be
can't.
in trouble. Yeah,
Yeah.
people would flip. So,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't recommend doing that.
Even cleaning them, you need to make sure that you get permission. Don't just go trucking. Even once you have, all your gear, whatever it is that you believe you're going to take to clean these. And the reason I say that is because I don't want to just tell you what to take and then you don't go look up exactly how to clean them, because there is some things that you need to make sure that you do follow through before you just start scrubbing on a stone. There's things, don't do a dry one. And there's just a lot of things. So to say one, it would be kind of stupid of me. But you just want to make sure that you get permission, because you can, if you screw up the stone, or even if you don't, you can be liable for messing around with somebody's property. They're, not all these people are, some of them still have family members, so they can throw a fit. And a lot of cemeteries don't even want you going in and cleaning them. So you got to make sure that you get permission.
Say the ones I go to clean headstones, I know the sextons at, and they already know me, and they know what I'm up to.
Yep.
So,
Exactly.
I would not walk up into a strange cemetery, like one that I didn't know, and just be like doing stuff.
Somebody take care of this.
Even though I have to tell you, once you clean them, you go through other cemeteries and you're like, oh yeah, that one definitely. Especially the ones that you see like the soil has completely covered up the stone and that you can't. Yeah, it's really hard to just walk away.
The military
and go, okay,
ones are the ones that get me. I'm just like, oh, because you see the ones at Arlington and they're so bright and white and beautiful. They take all those photos of them and there's just these headstones just so perfectly laid out. And then you go to other cemeteries and they're not. And it breaks my heart.
Here's
time.
what the awesome thing is, though.
Like
D2 fixes that and will take them right back to that white color. And it might take some time, might take a few years of reapplying it. But even if it's fallen apart, if you find one that's fallen apart, I'm just going to tell you straight up, I wouldn't touch it, because unless you have permission to fix it and all of that, do not touch it. So even spraying it, you could actually, it may make it come apart more, because that whatever's holding it, the bio stuff that's growing on it may be what's holding it together. So you got to be careful about what you're doing. Yeah. So, but the one thing is all you have to do is spray it and walk away. And over time, that D2 will eat away at all that, and it will just turn right back to the pure white.
It's amazing.
It's
is just so crazy. Yeah. And if you do find a military headstone that looks like it's getting ready to like fall apart, you can check with like the local VFW or one of the veterans organizations. They've come out and replaced those before.
Yeah.
I've seen them do it at our local cemeteries too. So if that's something you get into, it's
So you're saying that's better to use than R2?
Yeah.
Like R2D2.
Dun-dun-dun. I'll be playing here all night. So let's hear about the haunted house. I'm dying to hear about the haunted house.
It used to be right out in front of my house that I'm in now. So I have to talk really quiet when I talk about it because I might upset somebody. But no, I did. I grew up in a haunted house, and I didn't even realize it was haunted until probably well into my teens. I just thought I had invisible friends. That's what my mom always told me. And I had, as a kid, I experienced sleep paralysis. If anybody knows what that is, it was pretty intense.
Oh, yeah. We've done a whole show
had,
on that. So
yeah, it pretty intense, especially as a young kid. Like, I mean, I can't think of a time that I didn't experience. So I know it was far back, probably like 5, 6 years old, and I had night terrors. It was awful. And I would wake up from my night terrors and there was this man that would sit next to my bed, this older man, and he would always say to me, "It's okay now. I chased them away." And I would just roll back over and go to sleep. And I thought I was just dreaming him. Like, oh, here's this, I'm just dreaming this guy. Like, and I told my mom about it, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, you're dreaming." And I'm like, well, he's just this nice. He has this kind face, and he had just this really soft voice. And he's, "It's okay. You can go back to sleep now." And he was always there up until, I want to say maybe about 11. And I learned how to sleep on my side. So I stopped experiencing the sleep paralysis. That kind of stopped it. And the night terrors started to stop. But my grandmother, my step grandmother, passed away. And I found out when she passed away, her house was right next door to ours. Like there was just like a yard that separated our old farmhouse, which, let's see, it was built 1875. The original portion of this house was built, and then they just sort of added on to it, just not very well. They didn't build it very well. It was a little sketchy at best. And when she passed away, we were going through her things, and I found this big box of photos. And I knew that my stepdad's father had died. Nobody talked about it. There weren't any photos of him. And it was, I guess, a touchy subject for my step grandma. So I open this box, and my stepdad's like, "Oh my God, there they are. There's all these photos." And they were of his dad. And I looked in there, and I'm like, "I know who that is." And he's like, "No, you can't know who he is. Like, he died before you were born." And I'm like, "That is the same man that would sit next to my bed and tell me everything was going to be okay." And I had never seen one photo of him, but I could tell, like, by the smile on his face in these photos, it was him. And there's no doubt in my mind that was him. He grew up in the house that I lived in, so that was their family home. And then when he was old enough, he took over because there was a dairy farm there and a mint farm, like they grew mint, and they had other stuff going on too. And he built his own house next door, and then he lived there. But he ended up he died there on the property too. So, and he's still here because I've actually heard him on a few occasions. So, and my stepdad, I told him about it, and he's like, "No, I don't think so," because he's a skeptic. And he's like, "Well, he had this really soft, calming voice. Like he said, it always put you at ease." And as soon as he said that, I was like, "Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that's exactly."
I think
who
that's
it
really
was.
cool. Yeah.
Now, did that free? I mean, did you get like the EBGBs from that, or I mean, like how'd that make you feel?
It made me feel good that
Good.
he was there watching. Like I said, he's very connected to this property. This was where he grew up. I think he was he was born. There used to be, the first family home was right across the road, like right there. So they didn't move very far when they did move. Like he just kind of moved in a little triangle from the house he was born in, and then the one they grew up in, and then the one that he later died in. So yeah, so he didn't go very far in life. So to say that he's very connected to this farm and this land, yeah, so he's still here. And but he's not the only one. There's quite a few others. I mean, there's been at least, this is really what started to get me into genealogy, was looking up to see who lived in the house over these years, because my stepdad's family wasn't the first family to live there, because they had owned the house across the road and another family had our house. So there was a couple families that had lived there prior to that, and lots of people have passed away in that house. So it had an interesting history, and I don't believe that just because a house is gone that they're gone. 'Cause I think it's something here, like in the land. My mom, before she passed, she would the new house, we have a log cabin, and now I live here in it. But my mom would she would sit up in the front room on the couch, and she'd look out the window, and she's like, I just saw somebody walk by. I'm like, look at the window, and I'm like, there's nobody out there. And she's like, I see them all the time. And she said she would see like the shadow figures walking like across where the old house used to be. And she would see them walk across and just sort of disappear like right where the front door used to be. So like they would like maybe like a repetitive, maybe not like a ghost, but residual sort of ghost. Like they just kind of repeat the same path over and over. And she always said it happened about the same time every day. So, and yeah. So they're still here. They don't frighten me.
There's been a lot of people to die on the property? Like of old age?
No.
Wow.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there were a lot of diseases back in like
Well, sure.
1875 to even early, 1920s. Cholera went through this area. Scarlet fever took several
That's
children.
cool that you know
lived
like
in
the
this house.
history. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a hold of the original deed and abstract that listed all the owners, and I just went to town.
Wow.
I know it's a little weird, but I had a lot of fun doing it. And I realized everybody that lived here are all down at our local cemetery. So my mom and I went down, everybody that had lived at our house here at one time or another, we went down and we planted flowers and like irises and stuff on their graves, and we cleaned their headstones. And that's where I got kind of my love for cleaning headstones and fixing up the graves, making them look pretty. Yeah. And now I like to think my mom's down there too now. So I like to think she's still with me when I go down there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got a question, and folks, before I ask it, make sure, I know Nightbot has been dropping Tombstones link to her channel there, and I did just add it again in the chat and pinned it to the top of the chat over here at Traveling Fools. But please, everybody, do make sure you show some support. Go over there and sub her channel up. It's a newer channel. We would like to get it built up. She's got a heck of a community over there, and a very nice person, and we really appreciate her taking her time. So Tombstones, I got a question for you. So when you talk about this person like on the property there that would do that for you, what makes you why do you? I'm not saying you personally, like why do you believe this, but what do you believe makes people be stuck here on Earth like that? Like why would you see what I'm saying? Why would they have not transitioned to some sort of afterlife? You know what I mean?
Well, in the situation of my step grandfather, he unalived himself. So I think he maybe something happened in that situation. Maybe he doesn't think he can go over. He was a pretty religious man from the sounds of it. And I wonder if that has something to do with it, but maybe he's just so connected to this place. Like he just feels this is where he's supposed to be. Maybe he wants to keep looking over us. I'm not 100% sure if I'm a little torn. Like maybe it's because that he died here, unfinished business. But I do think a lot of it has to do, maybe he just wants to look out for us and his family that's left here. Maybe a little bit of fear of what's on the other side for him.
Right, because I've always wondered that, like, what causes, what causes that? Why? You know what I mean? I mean, is that some sort of limbo? Is that some sort of, what it is? I mean, purgatory in a sense, or caught between here and there. Just kind of searching your opinion on that.
Yeah. I think it is a little bit of a self purgatory. I think they can put themselves there, especially in the situation of like my step grandfather. I think being a religious man, maybe he was told that, he wasn't going to be able to move on. And so he's just kept himself here. There's another, we have a little boy that's here that also died on the farm. And I've looked into him because he was another one that when I was a kid, I played with this kid when I was a kid. Like he was a playmate.
When you were playing with and you saw those and you thought you had invisible friends, I mean, did you feel like that was normal? Or, I mean, what kind of games did you play? I mean,
we lived at that time, we had 70 acres here. And we're down to 45 now, but I had free reign. So I could go anywhere I wanted to, and my parents, they didn't watch us. So we just went anywhere, did whatever we want. As long as we stayed here within the confines of the property, they didn't really care what we did. And I was the only girl, so I'd be out there with my horses, just walking around in the horse pasture. We always have like fallen trees and stuff. I'd just go out. I was a tomboy, go out there and play on the logs, and there was this boy that played with me. I never thought anything of it, and he sort of disappeared on me a lot sooner than what my step grandfather did. I remember him long into like my later childhood years, but the boy, he kind of disappeared I only remember him for a short period of time, like actually seeing him. And then after that, I would just kind of hear him. And he kind of played tricks on everybody in the house. Like he would hide things and you would hear a little giggle from him.
He always wanted to be the banker in Monopoly,
It was so cute.
I think I know this.
It was kind of cute. But yeah, he would, I would come home from school and I would find things like hidden under my pillow and just weird little things. And he'd pull your socks off. If you're, I don't know anybody else that does this. I always sleep with one foot outside of the covers. I don't know why.
All three of my kids do.
One foot out all the time. And I would feel my sock pulled off. And then I'd hear a little like a little giggle.
No.
Take off and
KJ's like that. No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Packing my shit.
That's not
gone.
yeah, the first time it happened, I was like, Mom, because I was like, it's my brothers, because I have two little brothers. I'm like, they're messing with me, and my mom's like, well, one can't get out of his crib because he's only 2, and the other one was like passed out, like in my parents' room. So it wasn't either of them.
Mm-mm.
And it was somebody. Yeah. And I heard feet like kind of scamper away. And my mom's like, you're just dreaming. I'm always dreaming. That was the story that I got all the time, was just that I was dreaming. And my mom finally told me years later, she's like, I always believed you, but if I would have said anything different, like my stepdad would have lost it. She's like, he doesn't like that stuff. He's very religious as well. Like it's in his head that like there's no such thing as ghost. We die, we go to heaven, or we go someplace else. So we were talking about it. He did not appreciate that. So my mom was like, I always believed you. I knew what you were seeing, because she's like, I saw things too. So then I was like, well, it would have made me feel a lot better like later on if I knew somebody heard and saw the things that I did. But I always just grew up thinking I was maybe just a little bit weird, but weird is fine. I'm good with that. I say that all the time. I'm weird.
So what that I can see
where
things
is
that other
LW?
people can't.
That's right.
You still with us here, LW? Hunting and stuff, checking on you, doing a welfare check.
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on, honey?
I love he's
We had
so
to wake
calm.
him
He's
up.
like, yeah.
He's like, yeah, just over here chilling. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I never had any, invisible friend. Hell, I never had any friends. So I would have loved to have had the invisible ones. It took me till I was 39, like the rest of you folks, before I found these friends on the internet that hate me. But yeah, it's definitely. I could have used a few invisible ones when I was a kid. That'd be scary though.
Was my invisible friend. That was about it. It was pretty sad.
Well, I'm still jealous.
Yeah, I
No,
might have had some friends play invisible, but everybody's seen them.
The taking of the sock would have done it in for me. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But that's interesting.
My mom said he would pull her toes.
Hell no.
And she would hear the giggle, and she said she would just pull her foot back in underneath the covers. She said she was afraid she'd wait. Yeah. Because my stepdad, he's like, there's no such thing. And like, trying to think of all the things that we had go on in that house. So, one of the great grannies, she had consumption, tuberculosis. So I'm assuming there was a lot of coughing that went on with that. And there's this coughing that we would hear all the time. And it always happened about the same time at night. And it was always about the same few months in a row. And come to find out, that was about when she was starting to get really sick and right when she passed away. So we had the coughing. We had a baby that cried. We had one of those creepy basements that nobody wanted to go down in because it kind of felt like there's stuff down there we weren't allowed to be down there to see. And I think I always hear the basement. People always say something about the basements, but that was true with our place too. But I don't know if you guys know what Michigan basements are, but they're dirt floors. Ours was like the old, it was really just a root cellar. So they made it with the like field stones that they would have plowed up in the fields. That's like what it was made out of.
Like a ball that comes bouncing, little troll comes around.
Gosh, I love that movie. That was
oddly enough, my son, so my little invisible friend became my son's invisible friend, and then my nephew's invisible friend.
Oh my gosh. That's
and my
crazy.
son would roll a ball across the living room in my parents' house, and it would roll back to him.
Have you ever thought of moving to Florida where there's no basement?
I've moved away on numerous occasions, and I've only lived one other place that I had experiences. And it wasn't even like crazy stuff, just like little weird things would happen, not to this degree. And as soon as I would come home, things would just start popping off. It was just like, as soon as I was home, they were like, oh, she's back. And my mom would just be like, oh, they know you're home. Then she started saying, oh, I let them know you were on your way. And I'm like, well, don't tell them I'm on my way. And I'm like, she's like, well, they're going to figure out. Like, we started talking about them like, like they were family. And I think they kind of like that. It never felt, except for the basement, like that felt creepy. I don't know what that was about. I never found anything really bad that happened here, except for my invisible friend, the boy, his was a pretty traumatic death because I did find his, and that was really the only really traumatic one that happened. Everybody else sort of old age or illness, which I guess that would be traumatic, but still nothing evil ever happened. Like nobody was murdered or anything like that. So everybody seemed pretty nice, and I think a lot of it might be just residual, like especially like the coughing. I think that's just residual energy. I don't think it's necessarily like maybe a ghost, but my grandpa, though, that's for sure a ghost. And the little boy is for sure, because those are both intelligent. Like, they respond to people.
Basements are scary. I remember my grandparents' old house. You would, the laundry room, so to say, the washer and dryer were in the basement. And it didn't have to be just like you went to the basement. You had to go down the stairs, and there was like this huge, because it was like a big fireplace that came out from the basement, went up through all the different levels. So you had to walk all the way around this huge thing, then go. It was a huge house. Walk all the way back into this back room, and then take a left into this other room, and do your laundry. And I even remember when I was in my 20s, and I stayed there for a bit while I was building a house. And I can even remember being like, 26, 27 years old, carrying my laundry down and, like running back up the stairs like a
By
little
yourself.
girl, Like, oh my God, I just don't want to be down here by myself. This is just crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what we would
Basements are
do.
scary.
Yeah.
There's
We had
a lot of
the fuse
upstairs
box
that can
was
be
down there.
creepy.
Yeah, there's upstairs that can be creepy too. That's
Nobody wanted to sleep upstairs. That was where my bedroom was. That's where I got stuck because I'm the redheaded.
like Home
stepchild.
Alone.
So that's where I got stuck. Yeah.
He's been
Wait, you
drinking.
Well, it wasn't
literally were the
that
redheaded
creepy,
step. Wait, so you literally were the redheaded stepchild.
Literally.
Well, we do have the haunted closet upstairs. So you can move into it.
Yep. And my room right above my bed was there's like a little crawl space. So, and it just had a little board that sat over the hole for the crawl space. So I would lay in bed and I could see.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm gonna have to put a
Oh.
poster.
This is why I'm
Brad
not afraid of
Pitt
any.
over
I'm
that.
not afraid of a hole.
Like, that's gonna have to be covered.
I think eventually I did put some. I think I had an NSYNC poster over it for a while. think I did.
Insane.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, that's funny. Yes.
Just trying to keep the spirits away.
Wasn't that NSYNC? Bye, bye, bye.
No, that was Backstreet Boys. What?
Oh,
No.
I'm sorry. I don't know
was
my
Bye
boy
Bye
band.
Bye NSYNC?
That was
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh.
Boys to Men was my boy band, but
KJ, I just out boy band you. I just out boy band you,
Oh
KJ.
Lord, that
Yes.
shit. Oh, you know what?
that's hilarious. You did.
Gutters, you
You're
do
gonna
not clip
admit
that.
to that, fools?
Do not clip
Oh,
that.
I
Do
am
not clip
clipping that. I'm sending it to your brothers.
That is hilarious. Yes, do that. Please do that.
Big Dog Moss says, what was that movie with the little boy that says, I saw dead people? That was,
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense.
Yes,
Sixth
thank
Sense,
you.
yeah.
Look, LW. Yes,
LW
exactly.
pops up out of nowhere like, oh, the Sixth Sense. Good job, LW. LW,
That's
you ever
exactly-
have any like invisible friends or anything?
I thought I was talking about 6 of them right now, but no, I've never experienced any of this stuff.
Yeah, that's some intense experiences. Like, but
No, I did.
I think. Oh, sorry.
I did have a girlfriend one time, and I went over to a barbecue,
Oh, geez.
and they started talking. They all started. It was probably like 20 of her family and friends, and they had all experienced it before, and they were telling stories that they experienced together. And I'm just sitting there, never experienced any of this. I don't know anything. You talk about being freaked out. It was bad. I was scared. I didn't like it.
Right. I feel like you need to be open to it. Maybe. I don't know.
Let it
What
touch
about you,
Yeah.
Nathan? What about you, Nathan? You ever have any of that spooky shit go on?
Not any old man sits at the end of my bed with a soft voice is really be in trouble. Nope.
I actually have had a sister
Please, just go back
experience
to
that.
sleep.
You just roll over. Just roll over, Nathan. Go back to sleep. Pay
You're
no
like-
attention to
you're
the
like,
man
"Not
at the
today."
bottom of your bed.
It poked me 3 times.
Not today.
Oh,
I've had that guy tap me since then too. Like I was gone for a while. Like I lived in Colorado for about 8 years, and I hadn't been back to the cemetery in about that long. And I finally was back after a long time, and I was walking around, and I walked up that hill, and the first thing that happened, I got tapped, and I was like, "Hey, I'm back." And I go up there all the time now, and he doesn't bother me. But I think he was like, "Hey, I know you," and he just said hi. So, yeah. So now we're friends. I think maybe.
he's looking for
Friends, I
wife number 4.
Right.
I think he
Yeah.
wants to be more
Now
than
he's
friends.
kinda like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
I think he's just looking for another lady, and I'm just like, nah, you already killed 3 wives. I'm not going to be the 4th.
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah,
That's
that would be creepy. I I've never had any of those experiences either. And I'm gonna knock on wood
Yeah,
here.
me too.
And
I
now
need
the
to-
dog's probably gonna bark because I did that. God,
I know, gosh. That wasn't smart.
son of a bitch. Always coming back to haunt me. Hey, you guys, do be sure. We got over 100 people watching us right here. I don't know why, but we appreciate everybody here. We are live on, about 7-8 different platforms, so we do appreciate everybody coming in here supporting us. We are going to drop the link here in a moment. And make sure if anybody wants to pop on, ask any questions, tell us their ghost stories. If not, we'll just keep talking. But yeah, we do appreciate everybody out there. Tombstones link is pinned to the top of my chat. Gutters, if you could put it in yours, old man, if you could do that somehow too, that would be awesome. Y'all, please go over there, sub her up. Let's support a new channel and help her grow. I know you would probably like to grow and, we get monetized, become, that would be cool. I'd like to see that
help pay
happen.
for some of this equipment and get me to some more cemeteries. That would be fun. I want to go to Gettysburg this summer, so.
Have you never been to Gettysburg?
No, I haven't. I've been to 2 other battlefields, but not Gettysburg yet. So, and I'm thinking if I've had experiences at those, probably gonna have something there. So that's the hope, anyway.
I guess some people must be more apt to like to feel these things or something. KJ, what were you saying? Something about your sister or something like that a second ago?
Yeah, I had a sister experience, but it was with our stepdad after he passed, and she had, which I had dreams as a child about it, but she had a dream that she woke up and he was at the foot of her bed. And he's like, it's gonna, I'm okay. It's gonna be okay, And it was like, crazy. But I totally believe it. You know what I mean? Like 100%.
Had he already passed at that time?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. He had already passed away, and I was only 9, so they were teenagers. But yeah, I think. I don't know. Maybe you have to be more open to it. Maybe it depends on a time you are in your life, or where you like. Who knows? But you're open to it. You know what I mean? So I think you'd. Yeah. I don't feel like I would
think,
be someone open to that, because I'm like, no, like,
yeah. I think a lot of mine is I experienced it so young, and being in the house that I grew up in.
It didn't scare you. Sure.
It just sort of broke me in, I guess, to it.
Yeah.
So, like, even now, I can go. I'm not afraid of cemeteries. Like I said, I've gone with other people, and they're like, "What was that? Why'd you look around?" And I'm like, it's fine, it's okay, because I don't want to freak people out. I don't want people not to go to cemeteries, because they're fine. They're not going to hurt you. If anything, they're going to be happy somebody's there remembering them. Like, I like to go, and every time I go to even just my local ones, I always try to go down a different row or a different section, and I'll just walk down and I say their names as I'm walking down the rows, because it's probably been a long time since some of them have even had their names said out loud. And I'm a firm believer in you're not completely gone until the last person speaks your name. So as long as somebody's still out there saying your name out loud, you're still part of this world. So I just like to do that. I know I get a little mushy sometimes. I try not to. Don't tell people I do that.
My granddaughter watches a little kids movie like that. You ever seen that? The little Mexican kid who goes over and steals the little guitar.
Oh,
yes. What is that? It's
Dora
so
the
cute.
Explorer?
No.
Right. Carrying a little,
No.
carrying a whole mariachi band in her backpack.
Because they believe in, what is
Day
it
of the
called?
Dead.
Yeah. The Day of the Dead. Yes.
There
That's.
you go.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that.
Muertos? Días de Muertos. I don't
know.
speak
Yeah.
Spanish. I think
But
it's
they
something
believe
very close to
that.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually
Yeah.
thought you were like Canelo right there, Alvarez, the redheaded Mexican. That was such good Spanish.
No. I can barely do English sometimes. I mean, yeah, when you come to my channel, I'm going to say names wrong. I apologize though. But
Yeah, I heard
do
you
try.
say something the
Try
other
my-
night. What was that you said the other night when you misspoke?
Which one? Are we going back to the resurrectionist again?
Yeah, instead of the resurrectionist,
It was the erectionist, wasn't it?
the erectionist. Instead
I'm
of the
making that merch.
resurrectionist. I about
Jules was
died.
knocking on his wood earlier.
It's going on t-shirts, guys. Yeah. I'm going to make some money off of that one.
The erectionist.
As soon as it came out my mouth, I was like,
Well, it happens sometimes.
You're right.
I could see, yes, I could see that.
There's so many more jokes about what you just said, but we won't go there. Nathan's
bringing that up.
as soon as it came out of my mouth, I just
Dig, 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 dig,
digging a hole,
dig.
digging a hole. Yeah, we are talking about tombstones. So what do you want? What do you want written on yours? You're digging a hole,
Right, dude, we're right here. We got you.
That's funny.
Hey, folks, I did Nathan Gutters. If y'all want to drop the StreamYard link in yours, I did drop the link.
I
If anybody
did.
would like to come up here, give us your thoughts, call in, do that. StreamYard link is posted right there. It's just like making a phone call. Very easy to do. If you want to join the show, you want to tell us about one of your stories, any of that, you are more than welcome to. The link is right there. So I pinned it to the top of my chat. If anybody would like to, you are more than welcome. Join the show. So, yeah, good way to break up that joke on you thing right there.
Jeez.
I'm the
There we
redheaded
go.
stepchild. I've heard so much.
Well, honestly, I love your glasses. I feel like you're like the Lisa Loeb of the Tombstones. Like that's what I have. Which, right? Lisa Loeb is like so cool. Just saying. Yeah,
You make
like
me look
that's do what?
I think they make me look smarter. but
Yeah, no, it's cool.
see the screen
It's cool.
without them.
Lisa Loeb's.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I love it.
Gives me that sexy
Right?
vibrarian.
Oh, now we got
Vibe.
Gutters. Now we got Gutters.
Dang,
like-
girl.
He's like,
Vavoo.
Genealogy.
I mean, it's either a vibrarian or a librarian. I don't
Oh
know.
my
I'm thinking
God.
I'd go for the vibrarian.
When's the
but
last time
hey,
you were in a
y'all go read. Go ahead.
Last week.
That's funny.
You ought to check to
love
see if that dead guy was in the librarian. There you go.
The Vivarian.
Wonder what I,
Maybe he likes your glasses.
okay, I'll be right back. I'll leave y'all with this. I'll be right back. I'll let y'all have this talk.
You're just gonna
I'll
let
come
us
back
burn
and hear
it.
about this
Yeah.
in a moment.
All right.
There is a point in the show where you have to let Gigi get it out of her system. So
But just gotta
It's,
let
your
me
it like
show.
shake it
started
off.
just automatically coming
right.
out. It's incredible.
Marvin truly appreciates that you guys just let me get it out before I have to get off here and go see him.
there's always,
That's
as her
funny.
show earlier today, there's always a point in the show where she's got to release the pressure valve.
That's funny. You know, I was only on there for like 2.5 seconds, but it came up on my, and I was just, sitting down looking for a few. I obviously couldn't stay on there long, but I was like, oh man, that's a time I could actually, if I planned ahead. That was cool. You guys are on there, and it was a nice time. Not late,
Oh, you obviously didn't watch the whole thing.
I didn't. No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no.
Well.
Yeah. No, it went south, I guess.
I'm so lost. What are you talking about?
Her coffee.
My coffee club this morning.
Mhm.
Oh,
Now that's a perfect segue for you to promote your show. Go ahead.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I guess on, Friday mornings, you can come there for a little drama if somebody irritates me. Well, really, you could come to my channel anytime if you want to watch somebody irritate me. But on Friday mornings, we do coffee club. Come hang out with us. This morning, we had a little drama, which we don't normally have. But, yeah, Gigi's been on a roll. And it's okay, though. It's okay. We won't get into that. We
Okay.
won't bring down the.
Oh boy, I
The show with
rewatched
that.
some of that because I missed it and you told me about it. Wow. Gutters is like you know, you ever see that meme with the little girl, you know, walking away when she's holding the lighter and the house is on fire behind her? That is turning out to be Gutters Pub. these
Now
days.
I've got it. What happened?
That's not a lie.
Oh, geez.
After the show, we can go backstage and watch that too.
That's funny. Oh, man.
Yeah, definitely nothing but excitement there. Y'all do
yeah.
make sure you do sub up Gutters Pub. I know Nightbot. I got Nightbot dropping Old Man Build's channel. I got Nightbot dropping Gutters. I got him dropping LW's, KJ's, Tombstones, other guests who have been onto this show. Please, everybody, do make sure you sub up all our wonderful guests and all the people who do participate in this. We really do appreciate all of them. We like to work as a team. It's a lot more fun that way. And, you know, and we love all y'all coming in here. Anybody wants to jump in here and tell us their stories, you are more than welcome to. So Tombstones, you got what do you got coming up on your channel? What's your next big stuff you got coming up?
Well, right now I'm talking, I'm going to do some New Orleans stuff. So I just started talking about Madame Delphine Lalaurie, and my French is freaking horrible. And I took 4 years of it. My poor French teacher is in the grave, probably because of me. So I've started to break down. There is the Notorious, which Nick Cage owned. He owned her, well, let's say it this way. He owned the mansion that sits on the site where her former mansion sat. And it's probably the most notoriously haunted home in New Orleans. So I started to break down. We're trying to break apart what's the ghost story, what's the true history, and who she really was. Because she's got a pretty bad reputation. And one thing I don't like if somebody really was a bad person in real life, okay, we'll like Hitler or somebody. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Say whatever you want about him. But I started doing some research, and I started, like, when you go on a ghost tour or any kind of tour, you know, they always kind of play it up a little bit. Like, they'll tell you maybe a little oomph to the story. That's just, it's like a theater. Like, they're kind of giving you a little acting. They're acting. And I never really realized this until I started to get into the history of places, and I'm like, well, wait a second, that's not really what happened. And then I got into her story, and I realized that, so they tell everybody, right, that this was her house, and she locked the slaves up in this room. Well, she didn't, because she didn't live in that house. The house that she owned burned down, and there was nothing left of it. So the house, she wouldn't have been able to lock anybody anywhere in that house because she didn't live there. So I'm sort of, I guess you could say I'm like debunking it. So I'm just breaking down to kind of take away what's been exaggerated over the years. And not to say that she was a good person, because she did own slaves, but just kind of break it. Like, if somebody hasn't really done these things, I don't think we should continue to say that, because she probably does still have family left. And those are the stories that I don't like. But I mean, it's not going to stop anything. They're still going to talk about it. But I am getting into the history of the time period. It's very interesting.
To your point there, I hate when people relate, like when they look at things through such a closed lens, to where that person's obviously some evil person because of what was going on during a period of time, and they're looking at through the lens of 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know what I mean? History's history. A lot of people had different things. Yeah, you know what I mean? Ways of life were way different, whether it's biblically, like all the way through the ages. You can't look at things through the lens of 2026 and compare 2026 to 1731, or I don't know what the year was. I'm just arbitrarily throwing that out there. Right. Or 232. AD, you know what I mean? You can't compare those different things. So, doesn't necessarily make somebody a bad
I
person.
mean, the founders of our country owned slaves. George Washington did, and he's revered in this country. So, yeah, I have a little bit of a problem. And is it because she was a woman? I don't know. So we're breaking it down. Like, I found a very interesting book, and it made me question some things. And I'm glad it did, because now I've learned a lot about the slave trade. This is Louisiana we're talking about. So it was once a French territory, and then a Spanish territory, and then the Americans moved on in. And it's to see the differences on how all of them treated their enslaved people. Like, it's just mind blowing. Isn't even like it's not even. It's just astounding. It's crazy.
Well, I'm truly
that's kind of what
jealous
we're
of
digging into
your
right now.
Well, I'm jealous of your upcoming trip to New Orleans. KJ, you ever been to New Orleans?
I haven't.
Oh, wow. We need to
No.
go. We need to go, KJ. We need to go to New Orleans. Boy, we could get in trouble there. I guarantee that.
Yes. That could be scary. I feel like it's probably not too far off from Savannah.
Oh, no, it's way different than Savannah.
No.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, the vibe there is way different than Savannah. Savannah, Charleston, those are very, very similar.
Charleston's very different from Savannah.
But yeah, but in retrospect, when you look at it, my experience in New Orleans and stuff like that, very different vibe, very different, very culturally very different.
Yeah,
I would say, because you got
it would be
I mean,
interesting.
there's so much good music. There's so much good, the jazz. I mean, some of those
food.
Oh, yeah, the food. I'm not huge into seafood, but there's, some of those cool jazz piano places. I forget the one, some European jazz bar thing that's right there on Bourbon Street. Cool as hell, little hole in the wall bars. Then you go to the French Quarter. They're very
I would
different.
love to go, just not during Mardi Gras. I'm good on that.
Yeah, I used to want to do that. I feel like since I turned 39, I'm just not too
No,
into
I've
Mardi
been to
Gras.
St. Patty's Day in Savannah. I'm good.
I would say for New Orleans too, it's for sure got some good food, but a lot of it is commercialized. If you want good, some of the small towns in Louisiana, places, these Cajun places that have been open for 75 years, some of the best food you've ever had. Up around Baton Rouge and all these different other places. But
Baton Rouge. Yeah. Okay.
Some
So
of those
drive around
restaurants-
some of the towns.
well, you can find some good places in New Orleans. Don't get me wrong, but some of them are kind of like the Guy Fieri versions of cake. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I gotcha. Like bougie.
Yeah, if you go to New Orleans and you go eat at Hard Rock.
Right.
Hey, one tip I will give you about New Orleans that I found. So you're walking up and down Bourbon Street, and there's unless you go in there, you can't hardly find a clean bathroom to save your life, and that's more important for women than it is for men. I understand that. Well, men can just stand there, I see.
Yes, I've heard that the streets smell like urine, and I was like, yes,
well,
Savannah
definitely
does
at
too.
night they do. But so if you walk straight ahead and you go all the way down to the end of Bourbon Street, they got that huge casino right there. Just walk into the casino, show them your ID, and walk in there and use the bathroom. Very clean bathrooms in that casino. And as long as you're not like a belligerent, you can walk right in there. They're going to be like, oh, we need to see your ID to get in. You walk in there and, take a cool off, do whatever, warm up. Maybe it's cold. Walk in there. Very clean bathrooms. They're right there to the right when you walk in.
And a lot
They
of
have
the reason
casinos
Make a
there?
note of that.
Sorry, LW.
a lot of reason the smell is because when you're in downtown and Mardi Gras and all that stuff, the police are on these horses walking around policing the place. It happened to me one time when I went to Mardi Gras. This horse walked up to me and I was like, oh my God. And I turned around, just this horse peeing and, dropping a load right there right next to me. I'm like, thanks.
Nasty. Yeah. Mm-mm.
It's a police horse. They can just go wherever they want to.
Yeah, they're just.
Yeah, who's going to write them a ticket?
How dare you?
Not going to be like misdemeanor Molly.
You get a ticket ticket, and then you could be charged for what is
Nice.
it? Indecent exposure, and what is it? Sexual deviant or whatever.
Yeah, that horse is going to
Just
get
when
on
you're not
the
allowed
list.
to be on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do
Sex
have to
offender.
always, Tombstones, we do always have to get it official over here on this channel. So our question always is, did we or did we not land on the moon in 1969?
Oh God. I used to tease my mom about this because she lived through that. So I would always tease her, we didn't do that. I said it was filmed on a soundstage. And it would drive her bonkers.
Yeah, it does.
It was just because I just wanted to irritate her. And then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't even know now. Like, I have serious questions. So I'm on the fence. I don't know. Because it seems to me if we went up, why haven't we continued to go up? Why don't we have something up there already? If
Well,
we've been there?
they say we've been 6 times, right? You do know that, right? They tell us that 12 men have walked on the moon.
Yeah. But why don't we have something else up there, right? Like, the way we are as Americans, like, we should have colonized something. There should be people living up there already. 'Cause we just take over. We just control. There should be a Starbucks up there already, a McDonald's,
A Dollar General?
Dollar
For the
General.
love of God, there's no Dollar
a
General.
Walmart.
I gotta have Walmart.
Yeah. Always a Wally's. So, yeah, I'm on the fence. I don't know. Like, if you told me tomorrow that we didn't, I wouldn't be shocked at all. Like, But
Yeah.
my mom, thank God she's not here anymore, because if it turns out that we didn't, she would have just been heartbroken. So, yeah.
It's hard to. I know how that could be, because it's like you saw that when you were a kid and you were like, that was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah,
it's hard
that-
to it's hard to come to terms with like something was bullshit for your whole life, you know.
For sure.
Yeah, the biggest achievement of man is
And
bullshit.
everyone's sitting around the TV. It was like that would be super sad.
It was a thing. Yeah.
Well, they
Well, there's
probably
one
went up
thing.
there. They didn't find oil, so they were like, "Why would we go back?
Right. What is there? There's nothing.
Sorry,
no
it's
We're
morning
going to
up there.
Venezuela instead."
Right.
So they're planning on a new flyby of the moon this year, if I'm not mistaken. So they'll be going up there. Well, they won't land or nothing. They'll just go fly around it.
I always go back and forth with the idea, because Fools and I have, for years just shown the footage on here, how ridiculous and cheesy it looks. So I've gone back and forth of like, it was all fake. The footage and the things they've shown us is obviously fake. So either it was all fake or they did go, but they couldn't show Americans in 1969 the real technology they used, because that would have seemed fake to them. To Fool's point of like, you have to think of the era you're in. Like 1969, they had black and white TVs. They had 3 channels. You know, they had a rotary phone. They, like, no cell phones, they didn't have any of this stuff. So it would have looked insane to them to show the real technology they got there. So I go back and forth. It was like, it was all faked, or they just couldn't show us how they really got there.
Well, that was some amazing reception. Just saying.
What happened?
No, she's talking about the moon call.
The moon.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
there wasn't a cutout or nothing. That shit was clear as a bell. It was like they was yelling back and forth at each other 10 feet away. That was just bullshit.
Yeah.
The whole thing's
Meanwhile,
bullshit.
T-Mobile can't. The tower's right like 4 miles away, and this is as good as I can get.
I know.
Oh,
I say that all the time. When I drive by the Kroger, I drop service.
Bullshit.
But in 1969, y'all were hollering at Richard Nixon on a rotary phone.
You know, it wasn't even a party line. Imagine if in a party line. Do you remember the old party lines where you'd be like hooked up and you'd pick up
That
the
is
phone,
not
you'd be
what-
talking to somebody, and like your neighbor would have to pick up and be on the same line, and you'd worry people were listening to your phone calls. Boy, those were the days.
No, I
What's up,
do
Rita?
not
Good to
remember
see ya.
that. What are you
But
talking
you
about?
never had a party line?
A party line?
What are those?
What are you talking about?
Shut
I
up,
have no
Gutters.
idea.
Yeah, shut
are
up,
those?
Gutters. You know
I
exactly
don't know
what
what
a party
those
line is.
are. I'm right with you,
Yeah.
kid.
LW, do you know what that is?
Girls Gone Wild is what he got
No.
party line for.
Yeah,
I don't know what a
That's
party
right.
line is.
900 numbers, right?
Right?
No,
I don't know.
no,
what those
where
are.
you would share lines
no.
with a whole like strip of people.
What?
Oh, nobody did that.
the hell are you
You're
talking
old.
about?
Are you kidding?
Somebody said you're old.
Oh my
You're
God! I'm
old.
the youngest. Look, I'm the youngest 39-year-old on this panel. I do
Yeah.
not want to hear any of y'all.
Yeah, right.
Negative.
Well, if you've heard of a party line, and I have no idea what you speak of. I was on
Well,
the
you
phone
can
all the
move to,
time, and I
like-
was never on a party line.
Well, I remember going and like visiting grandparents. You know, it had like a house that was, you know, like a home that was in a very rural place, and the phone was a party line. So different people were all tied in to the same.
That's old school, bro.
I was young, so I don't remember exactly how it worked, but I don't know if everybody had their own numbers or how it worked. But you would
Stop
like,
baiting me. I'm not telling you how it works. So
Come on, Gutters, tell us how a party line works, please. I want to know. How did it work, Gutters? Come on, explain it, please.
Well,
Yeah,
it was
1-900
basically
number.
everybody was on the same line, and if you picked up the line, remember there was dial tones back in the day, so you picked up the line. If they were talking, you put the line back down.
I thought that
and
was in
then-
your own home.
And here's
Yeah.
the deal: everybody
No.
went on a ring, so like you could be the third ring.
If anything
Your
doesn't
neighbor-
prove that she is not 39, this is it right here.
You know what? You just hush her. I ain't giving you
Dude,
no
this is
education,
like plug in
boy.
World War II switchboards,
I
dude.
know,
This
this
is
is like,
like,
excuse me, we'll be right.
yeah.
So if it depended, you got a certain number of rings as to whether, and you better not pick up somebody else's call because that kind of, that kind of screwed them. I mean, they could still pick it up, but you
So
were
you could
interrupting
just
their
quietly pick it up and listen.
She's CIA.
call. Well, you could,
confirmed.
and people did a lot. That's
Of
how. That's how
course.
all gossip lines and shit got going.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh yeah,
bet my
can you
grandma
imagine
was
the
doing
church
that.
ladies?
I never even heard of it.
Yeah,
I'm with you,
Gutters
LW.
is back in the
CIA.
day. Remember, like on the Andy Griffith show, when they would ask
You
Sarah
watch
to
your
like punch
mouth.
the line in, they would be like,
No, no,
Never heard of that show.
that's my mama.
Dude,
Never
we
heard of
still
the
watch it.
Andy
It's my
Griffith show.
husband's favorite show and my mom's, which is so weird. But
We will not talk
we
about
still watch it.
certain one person's middle name has to do with the Andy Griffith show, and that's all I will say. And I will not say who it even is because he'd slit my throat. But yeah, that's all we're gonna say about that. I'll leave the rest to your imagination. It's
Oh,
his.
geez.
It's his
Barney?
middle name.
Is it Barney?
And no, I
Well, it's
want you
probably
to think
Otis.
of the funkiest name on there. Well, you're close, but
Oh,
wouldn't notice.
no, it's
Goober
where he's like
Goober?
Goober.
Or Gomer?
No, it's not
Gomer.
Goober.
Can't remember.
No, it's
not
Goober.
Gomer. God, they had a lot of
I know.
goofy names. Okay, well that doesn't work because there was a lot of goofy names.
Do you remember
There-
Do you remember who the only married person on the Andy Griffith show was?
Yeah,
It was
oh,
Otis.
yes.
Otis, the town
Yes.
drunk.
Oh yeah.
He was the only person married on the Andy Griffith
Really?
show. Was the
Yeah.
Well,
drunk.
didn't Andy's wife pass away?
Yeah, but he wasn't married.
I know, but I
Right.
Yeah, the
was
only
just being
person who was
reminded.
married on that show was the town drunk who was always in jail.
Yeah, that's
And he would
Andy
wanna
just had a
sleep there.
girlfriend.
Oh, that fits. There you
Yeah.
go.
He was never home.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Maybe there's a reason he was the town drunk, huh?
Exactly. All right, folks. So we're gonna wrap this show up. Tombstones. Tell everybody. I do have in the description of this video the links to all of Tombstone's social medias, her YouTube, her. Go on ahead. Take it away, Tombstones. Tell everybody where they can find you at.
Right here. I'm right here.
right here.
I
Jessica. No, it's good.
I really am just primarily on YouTube. That's pretty much where I am. Otherwise, I'm on X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm on there quite a bit, but usually I'm just over there stirring up drama with other things. So, But yeah, I have an Instagram. I have a TikTok. I don't really do a whole lot with them yet, but I probably will eventually. Once I get back into the cemeteries and start doing some videos, I'll probably be posting them there. But yeah, that's all I got right now. So it's just the YouTube. I'm just doing my lives and hanging out and talking with the chats or the chat. And
Now, what kind of drama? What do you stir up on X? I really have to know this. I got to pay more attention. I don't get on X a lot anymore, but well, yeah, you stirring up shit over
yeah. Well, no, I just keep it stirring just a little bit. Yeah, I don't back down. Like, I don't bring it back to my stuff because with cemeteries and stuff, there's not a whole lot of drama. There's nothing.
She's a troll on X.
Oh my god.
Yes. Oh my God.
Not with my
I'm pretty sure
Tombstones
we're
account.
sisters
I
from
do have
another
a-
mother.
Honey, y'all out there trolling the world, beating up on the underprivileged, gutters, and
Oh, no, these
trolling people
people
everywhere you go. I see where this is going.
They're just true crime people that just take themselves a little too seriously, and I don't go for that stuff. I'm just like,
Those true crime
if you
people.
don't
can
like
get
who I
nasty.
like, you're, and yeah, it's just ridiculous how these people are, and I just like, so I just go in there and tell them I like the opposite of what they do, and it's funny because it just sets them off.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I do.
I've
That's
never
what
been. I've never
people
been a
do.
good troll. I've never had the ability to get under people's skin. So
Oh, you do it to
Oh.
me
Yeah.
freaking all the time.
He's like the best.
I highly doubt that.
So annoying.
He can get under the skin of a skinless chicken, dude. I'm telling you.
that is I swear to you, that is the absolute truth.
Sometimes it really frustrates you because he's not close enough to choke. You know.
Right.
Right.
Right?
That's the
You're like, I
beauty
better
of
just
the
sleep
internet.
on this.
He gets in there really smooth about
Son
it
of
too.
a-
And what the hell? We got what do you mean outpost nerd? Says we didn't live during the Great Depression. Like, well, no. Shut up, good to see you, outpost nerd. We must be. I'm catching up on the chat here. I mean, we must be talking about the gutters. She explained it. I didn't know how quite it worked, but there we go. So gutters, what do you got coming up this week? Tell everybody out there what you got coming up.
Oh, just remember, come Tuesday for the political stuff, unless we decide we're going to do
Tuesday,
some fun
when?
stuff.
When and where? Explain.
Tuesday at my Gutters Pub channel, and make sure you're there at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
Ooh, look at that. She
I almost said it. Or at 10 o'clock
Good Lord.
Eastern, and that's PM.
Real time, Eastern.
And
That's just fake time.
Right.
and then on Friday mornings, if I decided I'm gonna do that and have fun over there, well, that's usually at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard or noon Eastern. So yeah, and then we do, of course, Friday night here, and that's
There we
at
go.
7 o'clock.
Well, I know Nightbot's been dropping Gutters link over here, but you can type in Gutters Pub. That's the only channel going to come up. KJ, I know you had a banger written for us that you were going to do tonight. You don't still have that, do you? You don't want to do that tonight. You want to wait for next week?
Oh yeah, no, it's not a banger. It was what we'll talk about it later. Anyway, yeah. So I'll be singing it.
Can we
Hopefully
get a
we'll
woot
see.
woot?
Wait, is there a word banger in it?
No, it was a
I got Gigi all excited.
like how we have at the beginning
on
the
now.
news thing. It was a 45-second. I already have it to guitar and everything, so I was just gonna
She wrote a
sing some
song for us,
entertainment
remember?
news. But I hope to do that like regularly. As instead of talking, people like that I sing, and I'm okay with that. It's more comfortable. Anyway,
Well, we
obviously.
want to hear you sing. So next week, KJ is going to open up the show with a news song.
Don't
It's gonna
put
be
it
great.
like that.
It's going to be great. No pressure, lady.
With a
No
new
pressure.
song.
Anyway,
Um,
yeah.
So yeah,
not
make
easy.
sure everybody goes up there, subs up KJ's channel.
Yeah.
Nightbot has been dropping that link as well. Old Man Bills, you've got Crypto Alchemist staying with you. I know you got some cool stuff coming up this week. What do you got going for us, brother?
Well, we're going to be working with electricity, and I'm going to be fixing everything, make sure everything works right before Friday. So you'll be seeing me out there on Monday when I go live, and then Friday, Joe and I are going to go live. He gets to laugh at me this time. I had a great time laughing at him today on the show. He's zapped himself like 4 or 5 times. The greatest thing. Now he's going to laugh at me because it's a lot higher voltage. So, yeah, it'd be fun. Check it out, man. See some lightning.
Yeah. With his, what are you using?
I got a great big pair of Tesla coils that I use.
Do you? Tesla coils.
Want to make sure we got that out there.
Tesla coil burritos. There one.
Big hanging burritos.
That do not come from Taco Bell.
It's going to be fun. I can't wait to see you light those testicles up with burritos. It's going to be really, really fun. Tesla coils, folks.
Well,
here we go. We got a
second
live
round
look.
one.
Check this out. We got a live look at I-40 in Oklahoma City right now.
Terrible.
Weather's already getting bad out there, so I do hope everybody does.
Stay safe.
Where's
take their
that?
precautions. Well, I just said live look at I-40 in Oklahoma City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought I might have stuttered, but I don't think I did.
I wasn't
did.
listening. I'm going to be honest with you.
Right, I know. LW, you got anything coming up for us?
Well, over on my channel, I usually go live about once every 6 months, and
Awesome.
I usually rage quit.
You're live right now.
Halfway through. So if anybody wants to show up and have fun, just hit the subscribe and notifications, and every twice a year you'll be excited.
Hell yeah.
But
We
other
need to
than
burn
that,
that damn thing to the ground if you
we
don't
do.
use it.
I've offered many times for my channel to be the burn down channel.
Offered,
Maybe we
hell,
should
you
be-
tried to do it. You bring the gas and everything. I mean,
Yeah, but I rage quit and it didn't follow through.
Rage quit.
He flipped the board. He's like that, he's that asshole in checkers.
Uh-oh.
You triple
Got
jump
him.
him.
Got he. He got someone.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I guess that. So Tombstones, when will you be live again? When can these beautiful people watching? We're still over 100 people watching right now. I don't know why y'all are watching, but I am glad you are. Tombstones, when are you going live again?
Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it'll be
Real
the
time.
second half of, I almost said Daphne, Madam LaLaurie's story. That'll be the second half.
There you go,
And I'll
folks.
probably recap the first half.
Yeah, make sure you recap. It is interesting. We were watching last night, so I do want to catch that. And if you are, I do want to get over there and do that. So we do thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Please make sure you sub up our beautiful guest that came on here tonight, Tombstones. Go over there, sub her channel up. Nightbot has been dropping it. All her links are in the description of the video below. And over here, Traveling Fools, we probably will do a short trivia night Sunday night, Sunday, around 10 o'clock. So I'll go over there to Tombstones, come over here, play some trivia, go back over there. Do whatever you want to do, everybody out there. But thank everybody for coming in. Please make sure you do tell us good night in the chat. I do want to give a special shout out there to Joey Foster coming in there, throwing out some super chats. We've got Johnny Utah coming in there as well. Appreciate you guys. Things like that help keep these channels going. All this is self-funded, so it does help. Other than that, God bless everybody out there. We really hope everybody stays safe during this winter apocalypse. I hope you charged your Teslas if you have them. I think that's funny, those people that get the Teslas and they run it. I don't think it's funny, but it's sad. They run out of energy and they're like, oh my God, we can't heat our cars. But that being said, thanks a lot, everybody, for tuning in. Have a great night.
Would you mind telling me whose brain I did put in?
And you won't be angry?
I will not be angry.
Abby someone.
Abby someone. Abby who?
Abby normal.
Abby normal.